Welcome back everyone, I'm Plays Games, this is Snowrunner, and you find us deep in Alaska. We are on map 4 and we're almost finished this region. There are not too many tasks on this map. You see we've got 5 here. We have not actually activated trucks and investigations. That's the only one we haven't done, so there's 6 tasks to do. We'll knock these out. There's a bridge to repair, and then we'll do just the global contracts, just the ones with the orange globe. We need to do drilling equipment at some point. We're not going to do any of the GR Enterprises ones because none of them are global, or the lumber mill. We're not going to do any of that nonsense because we don't care. This is simply because all these contracts are just take big loads of equipment from one warehouse along roads to somewhere else that you've already seen. And that's just boring content. So I'm not going to show you any of that. We don't need to. We don't need the money. We don't need the experience. All we care about, if you look on the global progress, is getting these to this state, all checked off. So the regional progress will be done. We'll have recovered every single upgrade, which we've already done, and bagged every single free truck. There's one more to go, that is Pluck the stuck truck. That's one of the 6 things we're going to be doing. So, first things first, we're going to take out the Ankh-Civilian with the big balloon tyres and the low saddle. And we're going to go and get this oil tank and deliver it to the village. Hopefully, we'll be able to finish Alaska today. And that will be the end of this series of Snowrunner. And the next season, we'll come back and we'll be in Taymyr, which is the first Russian map. And that is the last map of the original game. And we can actually buy and use and find upgrades for the Eastern European trucks. Okay, here's the task. So we'll just activate the task. This one, saddle low, off-road truck. Just here, and then bring it back here. It will not take too long. So yeah, all of our North American trucks are like fully upgraded because most of the upgrades for them are found either here in Alaska or in Michigan. Race suspension, all-wheel drive, diff lock, massive engine, huge tyres, special gearboxes, found them all. So these trucks are as capable as they're going to get. There is no more power to be squeezed out of them. Just going to go low gear because we were wheel spinning in the really thick mud. This is the thick, horrible, muddy corner we had some problems with. So we'll just try and stick to the dry, powdery snow if we can, even though there's tree roots and tree stumps hiding in it. And we've got to drive through this little pond. This is why we brought this truck with these tyres. As we know, the Ankh-Civilian, now it's got its top-of-the-line Westline engine, it is powerful as all hell. It's got the big massive balloon tyres, always on, all-wheel drive and diff lock. That's why it's able to just crawl through almost any terrain. Right, let's go automatic because we need to actually reverse. I don't know how they managed to get this thing stuck in here, but they managed it somehow. It's up to me to pull it out. Don't tip it over. Right, let's go. We don't have to worry about running out of fuel. This thing's got like 3,700 fuel. It is completely full. Will we just try and pull it out in automatic mode? Or are the wheels going to be spinning too much? They're spinning a bit, but that's fine. Because the weight of the trailer is now pressing down on the rear wheels, that's why we're getting lots of grip through this mud. That and they're the massive balloon mud tyres. That always helps. Right, cool, bonus. Just drive this back to town. And here we are approaching town. Made it all the way in automatic. Never had to go to low gear. It's the power of the Ankh. Before we drop it off, I'll just steal some fuel out of it. I believe if when you're delivering fuel trailers, you can deliver them as long as they've got like 10% capacity, they'll deliver. So on hard mode, feel free to steal them or not hand them in until the very end, because you need to pay for fuel and these giant fuel tankers just siphon them off. Speaking of that, let's recover this. I believe this can have a fuel tank on the back. Let's do that. There are 3 vehicles to rescue. This one, out of fuel, I believe, goes here. Yeah, it goes to the town. So we'll do this, like, now. And then there's the deep river diving, which will be all the way down. Remember, this is the horrible little muddy road, but we have to come this way to get under the bridge to get that. And that goes to the lighthouse, which is over here. And then we'll come all the way up here and do Pluck the stuck truck. There's also this building materials task we haven't accepted yet. I forgot about that one. Dang it. Right. I've opted for the fuel tanker, A, because it's heavy and it puts more weight over the rear axles, and B, the Ank's only got 200 litres of fuel, and I'd rather carry another 1800 on my back, so we've got 2000 fuel. And because we don't need to pull any cargo with it at the moment, we're just towing little scout cars around the map. Let's wind time on so we can see what we're doing. Again, this is a frozen lake, so don't bother going along the muddy road, just drive over the ice. Just be careful at the edges, because the ice can break up at the edges. Now we're in the mud. A little bit tippy here. And we're going to reverse down here and collect this little car. Come on, little car, let's get you home. Why will you not move? Really? Is that icy down here? Really? Okay, whatevs. Hank's got enough power to scramble over the ice. Another way you can do this is to just drag the car up over that hill, because the main road's just there. As you can see, that's the power line. That's the main road. You don't care. We've got a solid off-road truck with 2000 fuel. We'll go the fun path. God damn it, it wants us to repair it and refuel it as well. That's really annoying. If I'd noticed that, I probably would have used the Bandit with a maintenance add-on at the back. Oh, that's just annoying. Right, let's deliver this car. Release the winch, recover this. Where's my Bandit? It doesn't have to be the Bandit. Anything that can have a maintenance add-on would have done. Let's go and fix up the little Chevy. Right, let's get you fixed. Repair, maintenance frame add-on, Chevy all, refuel. Maintenance frame, Chevy, done. Right, recover this. Next time I'm going to do that one, so that's going to be you. Right, it doesn't mention anything about fixing the Scout 800, it's just deliver it, so we'll take Mr. Ank. Because you know that the roads down here are really horrible and muddy. That's what this thing is built for. Okay, so that's 2 out of 6 tasks done. 7 tasks, I should say. We haven't done building materials. What am I stuck? Oh. Tree stump hiding in a bush. Oh, come on, Ank. You're better than that. Very deep, very muddy, but mud tires for the win. This is the great big mud pit that we avoided last time by driving along the rocky shore. But Ank don't care about no big deep watery mud pits. straight through it in low gear like an absolute boss. And this is the little isthmus we need to go up. It's quite shallow. And at the end of this, under the bridge, is the truck we have to rescue. Doesn't really matter which path you take. Just bully your way through. A little bit deeper on the left there. And here it is. Right, let's turn around. Hook in. Pull it forward so it's nice and tight up against us. And get it back to the lighthouse. I think we will perhaps try taking it along the rocky shore. Just need to climb the hill to get around these rocks and then we'll go down onto the rocky shore. Let's past these two tree stumps and then hopefully turn right here and get down on the shoreline. Or maybe I'll just crash into another tree stump. Oh dear. Right, that didn't go well. And after one shameful recovery and another trip out here, I came along the main road and then cut through from the broken bridge. We're back to where we screwed it up, so let's not screw it up again. I saw these two tree stumps, I didn't see that one, and that's the one that we fell over. So let's pull this truck around this way. And then get onto the rocky shore. Try not to roll over again. Okay, there we are. Now we're on the rocky shore. Nothing happened. Everything's fine. Right, now we just drive all the way to the lighthouse. Bit of a dilemma here. Do we go between these tree stumps and risk tipping over there, or do we try and squeeze between that tree stump and that rock? I think we'll have to go up. Okay, rocky shore plan's not going on that well. I did not know there were all these obstacles in the way. And with the fuel tank on the back of this truck, it's actually quite top heavy. But I think we're back on the shore now. I think you've cleared all the obstacles. Yeah, that looks good. Oops. I'll just bash your little car. Right. Now let's actually drive straight over there. It's not even the lighthouse, is it? It's the boathouse. Well, once we actually got on the rocky shore, that was easy. I forgot that all these big rocks were kind of preventing you getting onto it for quite some time. Here we are, 3 out of 7 tasks done. Next, we should really fix the long bridge, which is 2 wooden planks from here, and service spare parts from here. So 2 and 2 is 4. Let's just twin steer it, why not? We've basically never used it since we got it. So, let's do race suspension. Even though it makes it really quite tippy. And we'll get this 63-inch OHS 2s. Or do we do the chains? Chained muds, I think. Alright. I mean, they're fairly wide, but they aren't only singles. It still hasn't got the all-wheel drive, but it does have diff lock. So we need to go up here, up here, up here, into the logging station. Up here, up there, and then there. Right, let's see if I can tip this thing over. It's not known as a tip steer for no reason. Now we've got the big 63 inches on it, it's really high. Really high centre of gravity. But if you just drive it carefully, you'll be okay. The all-wheel drive for this was not introduced to the game until the year 1 pass. That is why we have not found the all-wheel drive upgrade for it. I believe that's in one of the Russian maps. I think it was like Lake Coved. Because I think that was the first DLC. Whatever it is, we haven't got it yet. But once you get all-wheel drive on this thing, it becomes an absolute monster. Because it's so long that if your front tyres are in a muddy puddle, your rear tyres are on dry land and pushing you through. And then by the time the rear tyres are in the mud, the front tyres are already out of it. And they just peel you out. It just becomes an absolute beast. Oh, come on. Get through that mud. So the only thing the diff lock does is that it makes both of the rear axles move at the same pace. It's not a huge difference, but it does help. Right, so we need 2 wood from here. 1 and 2. And of course it's a flat bed, so if anything slides off, it's just going to fall on the floor, and you have no crane, so you have to be careful with this thing. But it's an absolute speed demon. Speedrunners use this all the time. Most of the speedrunning, it's not like completing the game, it's doing the contests. And speedrunners love this thing because it can hold 4 cargo, and it's fast as hell, and when it's got all-wheel drive, it's an all-terrain beast. Okay, we'll just low gear and diff lock. And we're out. Low gear plus. Low gear plus and diff lock. Rear tyres moving at the same pace, and it's got maximum torque. 63-inch tyres. It's good even without all-wheel drive, but with all-wheel drive it's particularly good. But of course, as soon as you hit the asphalt, we need to take the diff lock off. Otherwise they will overheat. Right, so that's the 2 wood. We need to go and get 2 server spare parts. Careful on the corner because it is a bevel. Oh, we're using all the toys today. Ow. I don't know what just damaged us, but something did. Sometimes tree roots stick up out of asphalt, and that's what causes this damage. I need to actually go in here. Ow. God, is this thing actually going to fit in here? Barely. Yeah, it's a little bit unwieldy. It's quite a long boy. But if this is actually a service centre, we'll get all that damage repaired. Hey, it is! And we need 2 service spare parts. So what we learned, the difficulty we had coming in here, is to move time on so we can see everything. And watch out for this tree stump on the right, because it's going to try and stop us. So we'll just kiss it on the way past, because we need to avoid the Armco as well. Yep, just kissed it. There we go. Onto the bridge. Task 4 out of 7 done. first part of the bridge wants the wooden planks, and the second part wants the silver spare parts. I don't know why it was separated into two parts. Usually when that happens you get one animation for the first part and one animation for the second. But not in this case. Right, 4 out of 7 done. Pluck the stuck truck, block tunnel, building materials. Block tunnel needs 1 small pipe and 1 concrete block. Well, that's 3 cargo. Concrete block, small pipe, that's got everything. What's this factory got? Just a concrete block. So we take the twin steer kind of down here, down here, down here, down there. And then up here, along and up. I mean, we can try it. These roads should not be too bad for the twin steer. There is, of course, a shortcut up and over this mountain, but it's really quite twisty and turny, and twin steer just doesn't do twisty and turny. So we would have to come the long way round, but it's got more than enough fuel to do that. And that will open the gateway directly between Northport and White Valley. Right, let's attempt it. 360 litres of fuel is a lot of fuel. This thing isn't even all that thirsty. I mean, it's not that tippy. I mean, these mud tyres are really wide. They're the full width of the mud flaps at the back. Ooh, tight corner. We don't like tight corners. And we good. Maybe mud tyres are a better choice than OHS2 for regular 63-inch use. Speedy boy, be speedy, yo. Just be careful, we need to turn left here. Don't slide out as you turn the corner. Nice. You can only really use the twin steer for certain tasks. Once you've scouted the roads and you realise where all the sharp turns are and the off-camber parts, because this thing really doesn't like off-camber, because the frame of the truck is completely solid. It's one massive flatbed. So if the front end starts to tip, or the rear end starts to tip, it just takes the whole thing with it. Be careful here with this little narrow bit. The rear tyres are going to go up there. That's not too bad. We survived. With this truck, you do have to pay attention to your front and your rear tyres at the same time. Makes you go cross-eyed, but you just need to pay attention when you're driving it. Okay, what we need from here is 1 small pipe and 1 concrete block. It's medium pipe. There's 1 concrete block. And there's the small pipe. Enjoy. Now we get the never-ending joy of having to do a 3-point turn with the twin steer. Cool. Up to the left there is the shortcut, but it's tight and twisty and muddy and off camber, not twin steer territory. I didn't even bother fueling up from the little scout thing because we're just going to recover it once we've finished the gateway. It's not bad. It's kind of driven across the whole map twice and it's still only used a little bit of fuel. A tight left turn coming up, but it's not too bad. No, it's easy. Just gotta watch the rear tyres on that barrier. Yeah, plenty space. Yeah, easy. Much better idea than taking the over the mountain shortcut. And that's where the shortcut comes out. And it didn't take us too long to go around the long way, did it? Come on, make it up the hill. Make it up the hill. Make it up the hill. You've only got 6.5 tons on your back. Just make it up the hill. God. Bit of a hairpin coming up. Just have to 3-point turn this. Not a huge problem. Up the road. Open the gateway. Here we go. Done. What an absolute boss. That was awesome. Enjoyed that. That was good. Pluck the stuck truck is the next one. All the way up the road, but it's an easy road. What truck am I going to use for this? Probably the P12, because it is a heavy truck we're trying to rescue, so we need something that's able to pull a heavy truck. Cat would be good, but we're going up the icy road, so we'll do this. And can I have a large maintenance frame, just in case we need to repair the other truck. Now we can check that. We'll just activate the... Doesn't seem to need repairing. Do we need the maintenance frame? It is adding some weight to us, I suppose. Right, let's just go like this. The large maintenance frame add-on is for trucks with long frames, and it has extra fuel. I don't think it has any extra supplies than the normal one. It definitely has extra fuel. Right, so I'm going to drive all the way up to the north of the map along the main road. Or I'm going to turn off here and go into the woods, because we haven't activated this task yet and I want to see what it is. So go up there and then we'll come round here. We know that this bit of the pipeline is open, so we'll just avoid that by coming here, because this bit of the pipeline is closed, and then we'll get back on the main road. Yeah, that's smart. Whilst we're on the way to another task, you might as well activate the next one. And we've got enough fuel. I mean, we've got thousands of fuel on board the maintenance thing. We've got an off-road truck, big tyres, so why not? Fine, I'll go in low gear plus. It's shifting up and down gear all the time. This is a bit of a muddy haul, but it's not too bad. See, there's some rocky scree down here on this side that you can kind of scramble across. What you can do, you can take that corner really wide and come through the dry snow and then scramble over the rocks and avoid the mud entirely. But P12 is fine. Big tyres, big engine. Big booty. Okay, turning left here may be a bit of a pain. Don't know, it's going to be fine. Yep, we good. We good. There's two ways to get through this obstacle. You can go through the mud, or you can go up and over here. But going up and over here, this dead tree here is not one of the despawnable ones. It's one of these horrible super springy ones that never despawns. So most of the time we'll go through the mud. I'm just going to turn left here and bust through the fence, because I want to exit going that way. I'd rather just turn around now rather than try and do a 3-point turn in this tight space. See what this task wants us to do. I mean, building materials wants us to pick up 3 lots of bricks with a crane and bring them back to the sawmill. I think we'll do something that can have a low saddle and a crane, because I don't particularly want to super stack on something like the Bandit, because I know that the terrain here is like really wibbly wobbly, and I don't want the super stack to tip the truck over or to lose the cargo from the top of the stack. Might even use the White Western Star for that, because we haven't used that truck in a very long time. It does have 300 litres of fuel, and it's really wide, so it'll be stable for the crane. That's maybe not the worst idea. See, that's one of the bricks right there. We've got to traverse all this kind of horrible nonsense. You don't want to be doing that all super stacked. It's just a no-no. Okay, we actually need to cut hard left here. So we'll go through the river. It's not too deep. We've got big tyres, thousands of fuel on board. That's another pallet of these missing bricks. And we're back on the main road. That was a long detour to uncover the task. But we haven't actually burned all that much fuel. Still haven't refueled at all. And just up here is this task to recover the Derry Longhorn 3194. Now this task trips people up. This Derry has somehow slipped off the road here and gone down this extremely steep hill and ended up in the river. And this task trips people up because they try to drag it up this hill. And basically that ain't happening. In fact, nothing's happening because I'm a little bit stuck myself. We just pull the back end of the truck round like this. Put the handbrake on, release the winch. So yeah, this is a very heavy truck, the Derry, and you ain't gonna pull it up that hill, even with your own very powerful truck. So the easiest thing to do is actually drag it down the river to here and then take it back on the road and then take it back to the garage. So that's what we're going to do. Move time on so we can see. Let's winch the front on, drag it round. I'm going to turn the engine on the Derry just so it helps push itself along. And let's go. These big rocks is why I wanted to bring this instead. I mean, the Ankh has got more than enough power, but the Ankh's not got quite as big wheels to clamber over these rocks. And that's why I wanted to bring this. I did consider bringing the cat as well. The cat will do this just as fine. But then I knew we'd be driving up the main road and the cat doesn't have chains, so again, this is the truck we have with the largest wheels that can have chains on it. So I brought this. Here we are. Now we just need to get back up onto the road. That's the barrier there, so you can see the road is just off to the right. Oh, it's struggling. It's struggling. Come on. Just get over the rocks. Okay, here we go, here we go, here we go. Yay! No, what's stuck? Is the Derry stuck? Okay, the Derry's having problems getting over these rocks, so we'll release the winch, get ourselves out of trouble, get ourselves on here so we get more grip, and then we'll winch the Derry. Yep, come on, heavy winch. Good stuff. Right, let's back up and then go. And winch. Winch the Derry forwards. Pulling the winch at the same time, so we've got our engine power and the winch power pulling at the same time. Good tip. Right, that was easy. Back to the garage with it, and then we get to keep it. And here we are back at the garage. 5th gear all the way here, held down the accelerator. Easy mode. There we go. So let's recover this. Activate our new Derry Longhorn, which is completely smashed up. Recover that. Instant repairs. Right, let's talk about the Derry Longhorn. This thing's got tons of power. 210,000 torque. Off-road gearbox. Only has one suspension. Only has 52-inch tyres, but they are the heavy set, so you can get OHD 1s, which is fantastic. Or chained OHD 2s for this map. Get an advanced heavy winch on it. It can have spare wheels, 2 of them up here. I tend to not bother putting them on. Can have snorkel. The only thing is, it can have saddle low or saddle high, and that's it. That's all you get with this thing. It's a dedicated tank transporter, and that's all it does. It's very fast, it's very powerful, it's got the worst turning circle in the whole game, it's absolutely awful, but it's a decent truck. This dead axle here can be lowered. In real life, this is to spread the load out over asphalt roads to stop you damaging the roads. That's the only reason these things exist. In the game, it doesn't really do very much. It does increase the ride height of the vehicle by about 4 inches, so it doesn't really do very much. And because it's unpowered, it just gets snagged all the time. But the Derry is quite a good truck, so we'll hang on to it. Right, now what we need to do is task 7 of 7, which is building materials. So we need to get something with a crane. It will just go all the way up the main road to here, turn right, pick up the bricks, pick up the bricks, pick up the bricks, deliver them to the sawmill. And we said we were going to try out our old friend White Western Star, so we'll do that. Frame add-ons. We were going to do saddle low and the loading crane. Race suspension, 47-inch wheels with chains. Right, let's give this a go. Can't remember the last time we actually used this truck for anything. So we need low saddled semi-trailer. We could use this one, which is the short flatbed semi-trailer with parts, which has 120 fuel in this little yellow thing, and 550 repair parts, and holds 3 cargo. That's maybe not the worst idea. Mind you, can the crane actually reach over there? Let's see. Yes, I'm going to say that's okay. Right, let's see if that's correct or not. This may be a bad idea. I think we're back in the north of the map. We've used like 15 litres of fuel to get here. Which is hilarious. Ah, we could have bought the trailer here. That's a trailer store we just passed. Okay, now we actually need to get off-road. So here we go. I'm not going to turn all-wheel drive on unless the truck starts bogging down. Again, we only have the off-road gearbox, so using all-wheel drive is a 40% fuel penalty. Okay, first lot of bricks right here. Let's put the crane out, get the outriggers out, pick up the bricks. Bring them round. Get them in the air. And hopefully the crane will be able to get it on the flatbed. Just about. Yeah, that's good, that's fine. Whatevs. And release and pack. Pack cargo, restore crane. Okay. Next ones are here. We cannot go under that because that is being destroyed. We could try and reverse up and take this wibbly wobbly road, or we can just go down the river. So I'm just going to go down the river and then up here, get the other bricks, splash through here. Sawmill. Easy as the plan. This camera's going crazy because it keeps trying to snap onto this bridge and it's really annoying. Right, we definitely do need all-wheel drive for this bit. I do like that whatever cargo you're carrying makes a different sound. You're hearing bricks kind of chinking off each other. Little touches like that make the game. They didn't have to do that, but I'm glad they did. A couple of big rocks here. Yeah, we good. We good. Trailer kinda got stuck in the rocks a little bit. Come on, trailer. Behave yourself. Okay, something is stuck on something. Yeah, the trailer's stuck on this rock here. So we'll just need to winch it through, attach the trailer to this dead branch, and god damn. Nearly pulled the whole thing over, but it got over that rock somehow. God, what a dick. Right, second lot of bricks. This trailer was only introduced to the game in season 15 or 16, or maybe 14. It's a relatively new addition to the game. And that's about as far as the boom will go. So we'll just put the bricks there to unpack cargo and then pack cargo. And if we're lucky, hey, 2 lots of bricks. Restore crane. Okay. Now we've got to actually get through the mud. Thank you, Mr. River, you were cool. Why have I not got an off-road gearbox on this truck? I didn't check that before we brought it out of the garage. What an idiot. Okay, so this has only got the basic gearbox. So the penalty for all-wheel drive of the basic gearbox is only 20%. I just prefer the off-road because it gives you the low gear plus and low gear minus and the high gear. Basic gearbox does give you 5 forward gears though. I think off-road is only 4. And it's a lesser all-wheel drive penalty. As I said, you don't have to put every upgrade on every truck. You can strategize and theorize. Alright, White Western Star, you're surprisingly capable. This is like the hardest bit of the whole journey. Come on. Come on. Up and over the lip. There you go. And let's pick up the third and final pallet of bricks. Trailer position's not great. Right. Will it allow us to unpack and pack all 3 of these? Yes, it will. See, you don't need to be able to reach the back of your trailer. As long as it's on the trailer, the game will let you pack it. It's done pretty much all of this task in automatic, just with all-wheel drive on. We've never had to go to low gear and put the diff locks on. Alright, Western Star. I respect your game. You're surprisingly capable when you're fully upgraded, my friend. Just no one uses it very much after Taymyr, because then all the Russian trucks get their upgrades. Ukrainian trucks, actually, most of them. The Vorons, the Azovs and the Tegas. The three horsemen of the truck apocalypse. And here we are to deliver the 7th and final task of this map. Cool. That was much, much easier than I thought it would be. There we go. Nearest trailer store is there, but I think we'll come down the wiggly thing, come over this mud pit, and then just go back to the garage. Because now we're doing the contracts, and we know that to unlock these ones we need to do drilling equipment, and drilling equipment is just take the twin steer to the aerodrome, pick up one 4-slot cargo container and take it up to the drilling site, up the main road, through this little bit of yik and into the drilling site. But first I've got to take this thing at home. This is the big springy tree that sometimes breaks and sometimes doesn't, and today is one of the times where it doesn't want to break. So we'll just go slightly to the left of the top of the tree and then kind of right over the top of it like that. Better than going through the mud. Well, the White Western Star made it all the way through the twisty, turny, muddy forest trail without stopping, in automatic with the all-wheel drive on. It was pretty much in second or even third gear all the way. I am very impressed. Right, this is the big horrible mud pit on the way to the garage. So as I said, come down towards a little river bit and splash over the rock. Don't go through the mud, drive around the mud. Just change down to first. And then and stay on the powdery snow. And avoid the mud, just like that. Right, to the garage. And here we are, home again, safe and sound. White Western Star, you're a good truck. Right, let's get twin steer. Move time on. I'm going to take the shortcut out of the garage. It's just to bust through this fence and go straight here. There's trees on the right. There's a tree stump just ahead of us now. So just maybe avoid that. We shall hook into... I was going to hook into the tree stump, but it's too far away. We'll go low gear plus and diff lock, just so the rear wheels are spinning at the same rate. Pull the front end of the truck round. And we're in the aerodrome. It's better than taking the long way round, isn't it? Then we'll just cut through here, break down the fence. Out of my way, stupid fence. Hey, give me some drilling equipment, please. Oh, I forgot I had the diff lock on and broke my broke my gearbox a little bit. There we go, drilling equipment. Bam! What else does this have? Oversight cargo and consumables. Right, we have our drilling equipment. 4 slots of cargo. Try not to crash into the big aircraft. Remember that we're not an automatic, which is why reverse gear wasn't working. And get our ass up north and deliver this to the drilling site. Because we are doing the global stuff now. And there's another shortcut here. It is actually marked out as a road. It's just a little bit wibbly wobbly and a little bit tippy, so just be careful. That's why I cut the corner, because I didn't want to go through the tippy mud. I'd rather stay in the dry powdery snow. And we're clear. Right, let's go. Quick as a flash, we're up here where we need to turn left immediately after this bridge. And get through some decently mucky terrain. You have to be careful with the twin steer here because this is quite cambersome and it doesn't like camber. Nearly tipped it over just then. If it starts to go, just take your finger off the accelerator and just let it settle. Doesn't help, we've got this massive 10 ton of really high-sided cargo on it as well. But we made it just fine. And here's the drilling site. Rank 21. I'm not seeing a list of things that unlocked on the right hand side. Let me go and check on that. Yeah, just a whole load of cosmetic crap. Right, we don't need this vehicle to be here anymore, so let's recover it. That's a good thing about the twin steer. There's no trailer to get rid of. Okay, now we can actually do all this stuff. God, that's a lot of stuff, isn't it? Okay, apparently there's a big semi-trailer which needs to come over this bridge into the air dome. So we'll do this one. And I think we'll maybe do this with the Derry, because we haven't used the Derry yet. So why don't we go and use the Derry? And there's two ways to take this. Obviously you can come down this main road or this main road. Maybe this main road's better because we've just done this little bit of off-road and we know it's not too bad. So I think we'll bring it down this way. And then we can take the same shortcut we used with the twin steer. Otherwise you've got to like do a hairpin turn here or then come this way and do the same thing. So this is a saddle high, so Derry needs saddle high. There we go. Just check we've got everything. Alright. Let's go, Mr. Derry. All-wheel drive and diff lock always on, which is always a bonus. It's one of the few heavy trucks that can actually have chain tyres. I think it's just this in the P12. I mean, not very many heavy trucks get to have chains. As I said, the turning circle on this thing is like a sinking oil tanker. It's terrible. But it is fast. And it has got 370 litres of fuel. Yeah, it might have chains, but it's so fast it's causing itself problems. Okay then. It was fishtailing going straight, simply because it's so fast. And here we are, let's get this thing. Okay, it's one of the really long, thin ones. Okie dokie. Do I want to try and take that over the... through the muddy bit? No, I'm going to change my plans. We're going to take it down this road. And then through the village. And then to the air dome. Right, let's go. It just pulls it like it's nothing, man. There's just absolutely no delay in the acceleration there at all. I pushed go, and we went. Just need to weave it between these two trees. Trailer's rubbing up against that tree, and we're free. Can't even see my little tank transporter. Oh, there it is. I keep having to take my fingers off the accelerator because we're going too fast. Nice problems to have, I guess. Let's take this as wide as we can. We can go wider, but I don't want to drive through their garden. Yeah, that's going to miss that. Light pole, telegraph pole, telephone, whatever it is. Seems to be everything. And then let's just cut in here. Go straight. Go straight, I say. Come on, Mr. Derry, you can pull this. He's not happy about it, but he is pulling it. As soon as we get the tyres back in the asphalt, we'll be able to pull that big heavy trailer right through that snowbank. Yeah, there we go. Give you some grip. Take this nice and wide. We've already demolished the fence with the twin steer. That has got to be one of the easiest mega mission trailer hauls in the game. It's really, really short. I'm not complaining though. Hey! Hey! We've actually ticked off one of the regional progresses. Right, what's next? Valley pipeline building, drilling stuff delivery, more drilling equipment to Northport. Okay, and that, does that have to come from here, from this airdome? Oh, it can come from here. But now we've unblocked this. Okay, now we've got a decision to make. It wants us to take drilling equipment, 4 slot, to the drilling site in Northport. And we can get that from the port in Northport or from the airport here. And the only difference that makes is which way we approach the drilling site. Northport, we'd have to come up this way. And this is all really watery and horrible. This is much easier coming from the north. I think it makes sense to do it from where we are now in White Valley, all the way up the main road, and then come out here, stop off here, get some fuel, and then drive down the river, because we know the river's navigable, and then down here, through here. This is like the only little difficult bit. This little bit of mud here at this corner, and then it's just straight onto the drilling site. Turn this corner here, it's not going to be an issue. Oh god, we've actually got the Ank 38 still there. Let's remember that's there. Right, so let's recover this. Who is going to do that? I don't really want to use a twin steer, so we'll do something that's got a low saddle. Derry can have a low saddle. So we'll do a low saddle and a 5 slot cargo thing. We'll get the Derry to do it. That. Just go the long way round. And we'll pick up another drilling equipment. And all the way up the main road to the gateway that we just unblocked. Make sure it's drilling equipment. Correct. Okay, all the way north. And here we are at the north of the map. I stuck it in high gear. I held down the accelerator. And then I found myself here, and we've barely used any fuel. 62 litres of fuel. Absolute easy mode. And just round this bend through the gateway. And go to the drilling site. There should be another regional progress thing done. First time using this gateway. And that's the route we're going to take. Move the camera so I can see my truck. And let's get moving. Well, we finally used this gateway that we found right at the very start of Alaska, and it was locked. Shame that it took us until now to unlock it, but that's how it goes. Derry has proved itself very capable. They're a little too fast for its own good sometimes. Do we need to stop for fuel? No. So we'll just blaze straight past. Horn is respectable. And now we need to turn hard left as soon as you hit this river. And drive into town. You have to remember the Derry does only have 51-inch wheels. I mean, it's not got the biggest wheels, but it has got masses of power. Okay, it's not going to like high gear, so we'll go low gear plus. We'll just chew our way through here. It was shifting up and down between first and second gear all the time, and it was beginning to get annoying. Made it through the river, not a problem. Back in high gear, in cruise control, just chilling. Gonna have to go back to low gear plus for this river crossing, because just after it is the only difficult part of this entire trip, which is the big mud pit just here. Not this river crossing, just beyond it. This big muddy pit here. Even the Derry might have to stop and winch. Way, or maybe it'll just power through. Alright, Derry power. The Derry is of course based on the Oshkosh truck in real life. Due to the licensing issues, they had to change the names of some of the trucks. Very easy mission. Good deal of distance, because we've come across 1.5 maps, and it's the 2 big maps, but never had a problem. Now the turning circle is going to be a problem. This turn's quite tight, but just 1 3-point. Yeah, we good. Okay, let's see if this actually completes this regional progress. And there's our Ank 38, which we left here a long time ago. Oh! Hey! All the drilling sites are built. So now we are doing... oh, just literally one more contract. See, we ain't doing that because it's not global and we don't have to. All we need to do is to build a valley pipeline in White Valley. So let's go back to White Valley, see where all this stuff comes from, and who we're going to get to do it. Okay, it needs 1 metal beams, 1 server spare part, 1 medium pipes, 1 wooden planks, and 1 oversized cargo. Oversized cargo comes from here, and that's 4 slots. So again, I don't want to take the twin steer because we know that this is really lumpy and bumpy. So again, we'll do something low saddle and trailer for that. And we won't buy the trailer till we're up here in the trailer store, so something with a low saddle will just blaze up this road. How much other cargo is that? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 slots of cargo in total. We need 1 wooden plank. We can get 1 from here, which isn't too difficult. But whoever's bringing the oversized cargo from here can swing by and pick up a log station, because that's only 4, and that'll be 5 from the wooden plank. Okay, so someone needs to come up here. What does this factory supply? This supplies the metal beams. Okay, so metal beams just 2. So we need server spare parts and medium pipes. Server spare parts from here, medium pipes from there. Okay, so someone with 3 needs to come up this road, grab a server spare part, and then come up here, swing by here, pick up the medium pipes, and then when we come... or do we actually stop off and pick up the wooden planks as well? And then take the mountain shortcut, and then this shortcut to here. Okay, so whoever's doing the oversized cargo does not need the wooden planks now, because we're going to do server spare parts as 1, medium planks is 2, medium pipes is 4, and then come up this way. And then turn around, come back, get metal beams. Or we could do a high saddle, the high saddle trailer with 6 cargo. Is that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? That would work, you know. Okay, so we want someone with high saddle who can do that 6 slot trailer. Not you. Maybe you. Not you. Not you. I'm storing all these vehicles because it's like the end of the map. And the Derry's back in the other map, so P12. I choose you. Make sure we've got all the good gearboxes, because I do keep forgetting that. Make sure we've got the big engine on. Yep, good. Okay, that is the plan. Let's do it. 6 slots of cargo. Flatbed semi-trailer loaded with parts. Yes, it's really long, but it doesn't matter. We know that this is like 240 fuel, and we've got 350 on board, so it's 590 fuel. Would stop smashing my engine into concrete blocks. We'll be off to a good start. We know we've got the special gearbox, so we can have all-wheel drive on all the time without any kind of fuel penalty. That is a wonderful thing. I've been singing the praises of the P12 for years and no one's listened to me, and now it's all of a sudden, because it's got its tyres have been doubled in weight, everyone thinks it's great. I think it always was. Because as we've seen, all the other heavy trucks we've got, they've basically got like one add-on. They can have a high saddle, a low saddle, or nothing. And this can have like all the add-ons. And it's all-wheel drive, and it can have chains. And it's really versatile. Okay, turning this trailer around in here may be a bit of a pain, so I'm going to do the turning around first and pick up the service spare parts on the way out. Smart move. People almost said the P12 was underpowered. I just thought they were just bad drivers. I think they just got spoiled, because a lot of the later seasons heavy trucks are just ridiculously overpowered. And because this is not as overpowered as them, they think that this is underpowered. But it's not. It's perfectly capable. Right, we need to watch out for that tree stump on the right, because the trailer is going to try and get stuck on that. So what we need to do is to winch the trailer around on this. Like so. Just whip it round. Yep, we good. We good. Right, next port of call. Wooden planks. We've never been into this place before. It's another little logging centre, so it's going to be really muddy, but we don't really care. Again, I'm going to turn round first and we'll pick up the cargo on the way out. Just so we haven't got an extra half-ton load on us when we're trying to turn round. Doesn't make that much of a difference, but it's what I'm doing. Just watch out for all the tree stumps. You give me one wooden plank, thank you. Right, next stop, the little warehouse in the very northwest, where we're going to get one lot of medium pipes. And here is the warehouse in the northwest, where we're going to get our medium pipes from. Medium pipes, thank you very much. Right, up and over the mountain now. We haven't done this path before, so I'll show you what it's like. This big long trailer might get high-sided as we come over the mountain pass, but there's plenty of trees to winch onto. We might just have to do some fancy winching. Got to turn this thing around first. Come on. Just avoid that barrier on the right and that signpost. There we go. Lovely. Okay. First left up this rocky, muddy, steep mountain pass. And I'm going to go to low gear plus and just grind our way up here. We are pulling a lot of weight. I'm not sure how much this trailer weighs, but it's quite a lot, because it is a 6 slot with lots of fuel on board. They actually rebalanced how much fuel weighs when it's on trailers. I think they really drastically reduced it, because things like the fuel body add-on and the maintenance trailer used to weigh a hell of a lot. Like, something's stuck on something, and I don't see what it is. Is it the trailer? Is it stuck on something? And whatever was stuck, it's not stuck anymore. Okay, we need to actually turn left here, and it's a really sharp hairpin, so we actually need to turn between this tree and these two signs. almost made it in a oneer, but not quite. Just need to reverse a little bit. Okay, maybe we do need to pull ourselves round with the winch. And there's the main road right below us. So instead of going round the road, I'm just going to cut down here. Gravity will pull us down. Because we do need to turn left, so we need to swing out. No, we need to turn right, you fool. Well, that was a mountain pass. It's not too bad, is it? With a really big truck and a 6-slot trailer. Another left turn here. So we'll just cut this side of that, so we're not having to drag the trailer around that telegraph pole. Again, we'll just low gear plus this to stop it changing up and down gear all the time. Don't think we've ever come this way either, it's just another little route through the trees. Watch out for the tree stump on the right hand side, hiding behind the bush. Take this corner as wide as you can so the trailer can get past this tree on the right. Lovely. We need to turn right and nip into this factory to get the 1 metal beams we need. That's concrete blocks. That's metal beams. There we go. And now just a little off-road adventure down here to the right, over the little rickety bridge to the fallen pipeline, and drop off 6 of the 10 slots of cargo we need. 4 out of the 5 different things. Right, we'll just low gear plus this again so we're not shifting up and down gear all the time. Just constant power delivery. The only thing that will fluctuate is the fuel usage. We're not going that far. You can see the broken pipeline from here. I think we will use the twin steer to deliver the final oversized cargo. I don't think this road is that bad for the twin steer. I think it'll be just fine. Just be careful on this bridge. Don't fall off the side. It's very narrow. Hope the trailer doesn't fall off. And here we are. Destination 0. And deliver all that stuff. I'm going to turn this thing around and sell this trailer at the trailer store, which is at the factory that we just came from. Then I'll get the twin steer and I'll probably meet you back here with the oversized cargo. Right, twin steer has been obtained. Took the shortcut from the garage. Make sure you don't pick up drilling equipment. Make sure you pick up an oversized cargo. They use exactly the same model for some reason, so there you go. Make sure you get the right one. Now it's just a quick blaze up the road, and I'll see you up there. And about 2 minutes later, here we are. I stuck it in high gear, held down the accelerator, and we've arrived. So now let's try and get down here and finish this region without tipping over the tip steer. We'll just go slow and careful, because this truck likes to lie down for a little sleep sometimes. So I'm just going to stick it in low gear, not low gear plus, just literally low gear, turn the diff locks on, and just slowly tickle the accelerator, let it settle after every bump, line it up, get it over the bridge, and here we go. Diff lock's trying to overheat in the bridge, because of course, the final act of the Alaskan map, for us at least. And we are done. And when we look at the map, all regional progress done. We've got every truck, we've got every upgrade, we've uncovered everything on every map, we've done every task on every map. We haven't done all the contracts, but the only ones we really cared about were the ones for doing the regional progress, because you don't want to see me go to this drilling site, fill up 5 oil barrels, drive down the same road you've seen me do 100 times. That's terrible content, and I can't be bothered. I'd rather go straight on to the next region, which will be Taymyr. 4 maps. The quarry links to the other 3. You start in the Drowned Lands. I'm not sure if the quarry, Zimnegorsk or the Rift even have garages. There's only 2 regional progress. Again, we're looking for oil. But this is a Russian map. So we'll be buying all the Russian and Eastern European trucks. And we'll be using them on that map, even though they're non-upgraded. We'll be using the upgraded American trucks for the first little bit. And then once we find the upgrades for the Russian trucks, they will suddenly become much, much better. That will be things like the Azov 73-210, Kolob 74-941. We sold the Tatra already. Azov 4220 unlocks at rank 26. The Dan will find rank 22 to get the Kolob 74-760. Azov 5319, a light tank transporter. This thing is really cool. It's got an armoured engine compartment, so it's like immune to engine damage. 64131, very similar to the 5319, but this is much slower and steadier. This is much faster, but burns a lot more fuel. Other than that, they're pretty much identical. We've got the Voron family, the AE, the D, and the Grad. All-wheel drive, diff lock, 6x6, off-road, heavy tyres. Fantastic vehicles, all 3 of them. And we'll get into one of the Taygers. The Tayger B is much, much later in the DLCs, but the Tayger 6436 used to be one of the best trucks in the game. So we'll be playing around with all that kind of stuff when we come back. Don't know when that'll be. It'll be a few months from now. But until then, this has been Snowrunner, and that was Alaska. Take care of yourself, and I'll speak to you again soon.